So we were supposed to do a camera review today, but Dan had some very important business to... Yeah, I guess we're doing camera review today.
Hi guys, welcome back to a very exciting show where this show is called Brian Lee Reviews Stuff that we previously unboxed in the previous episodes.
That's a really long title. Just like the name of this camera which we're talking about today.
Oh, yeah, it's probably in the title, so you probably guessed it already.
No, it's not.
It's not?
What's the title of this
well, it is now.
This is the Blackmagic Pocket CInema Camera 4K.
It does not look like that because this is very, very pimped out. Imagine a Proton Vera, but super pimped out.
Like Proton Vera with spoilers.
Yes, and everything else. So, okay, Brian,
Except
please explain to us what this is.
This is a Blackmagic Pocket CInema Camera 4K attached to a DJI Ronin MX with a Tilta Nucleus M for wireless follow focus module.
If you guys didn't know what that means, don't worry. I also don't know what that means.
It's a gimbal, it's a giant gimbal. I say giant because now all the new gimbals are even smaller than this. We used to run bigger cameras on this, but this is a tiny camera.
So what makes this setup special, Brian?
Basically the lightest cinema camera gimbal setup that we can have, because we shoot on a big huge-ass Ursa Mini camera which can barely fit into this. So when you shoot on the huge-ass camera, you have to run around like this all day. And you get really huge arms. We've been messing around with this since the unboxing. Okay. We took it apart like a couple of weeks back.
Here, take a look at some of the interesting footages which we shot with it.
There are things about this camera which you would like, and things about this camera which you will not like.
Okay.
And I think that's true for any camera. And you just need to know what those things are before you buy anything. There's a reason why it's in this gimbal. And if you see, there are a lot of bits and pieces here which are custom made. We had to put them together because the camera is so new that like the cage is not on the market yet, the plates are not on the market yet. Con number one, right? Which is this camera does not have image stabilization. But if you need to do handheld work, you need to chase after someone. Like we did a shoot recently where someone was pushing me around on a wheelchair and I was holding this and the footage turned out really, really stable. Second thing, which you'll see here, this is a variable ND filter, and the reason why we have this on is because the camera has no built-in ND. We are used to shooting on the Ursa Mini Pro, which does have built-in ND, and it saves you a lot of time on set because you just like sort of slap on ND if you need, take it off if you don't need it, and then you just go for take. This follow focus module from Tilta is on here because of the third big con, which is it does not have autofocus at all. So yeah, you can see that all the stuff we put on here basically is to remedy the flaws of the camera. Now the reason I tell you this first is after we've gotten that out of the way, I just want to say this is an amazing camera. It's an awesome camera. It's got a really, really good picture. It's got a really good screen on the back, which it's a pity because it doesn't flip, but it's a great screen.
But once you get used to this screen, right, you will feel that your other camera screens are like,
once you get spoiled by this screen,
why are these so small?
Then you go back to those those DSLR screens. It just kind of feels cramped and you can't see anything.
This feels like an iPhone behind your camera.
And it's also really bright. You can see it in bright sunlight, and it's got really accurate colors. So what you see here is very, very close to what you get once you export the footage and view it on your computer. It doesn't have waveforms. It has false color, which is more useful. The way you use false color is you turn it on. Then you set exposure, make sure nothing's clipping, make sure nothing's too dark, and you turn it off, and that's it. That's all you need to do. You don't have to mess with light meters, you don't have to mess with grey cards, you don't have to mess with, look at waveforms, look at histograms, you don't have to worry about anything. It's got very good focus peaking, which is the kind which I like. On Sony cameras, generally, the focus peaking puts a red outline on the stuff that's sharp. On this camera, there's an option to sort of
make it sharpen,
exaggerate the sharpness of the sharp parts, and that makes it a lot easier to see when you're running.
Yes,
because it doesn't get in the way of the image. It doesn't block the thing that you're trying to frame.
But at its highest native ISO, which is 3002 ISO, right?
Yeah, it actually it goes up to
3002. Right? I mean, it goes higher, but at its native point, I think it handles noise pretty well.
Yeah, noise is very controlled. It shoots. It likes to be shot at 800 ISO and 3002. It goes up to 25,000, but it's kind of not like anything past 3002. I wouldn't really I wouldn't use it in an actual shoot.
Well, why don't we just show you some night footages which we shot? So take a look. So yes, so that was the night footages which we shot with this camera.
The noise that comes off this camera is quite organic. So it's not like, you know, digital noise. It feels quite organic, and it's quite easily cleaned up using Neat Video. We use Neat Video for a lot of our work here. Naturally, people are going to compare this with a GH5. I think it's a good camera. I've heard that it's a good camera. I've seen footage from it. I think it's a great camera. But this is a different type of camera. It's not designed to be a photo camera that also takes great video. It is a true-bred, like, video-first camera. You can tell the main shutter button is a record button. This is a video camera, it's to shoot film. Quarter 20 mount on the top instead of a hot shoe, right? Because generally, you don't want to put a flash on this, you want to put a screen on this, because it's a video camera.
But if you put a screen on it, right, it has a really nice screen and it's touch screen.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to frame things at weird angles, and you can't really see, so I'd say that you kind of do need a small screen on the top of it, you know.
If only this screen tilts.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be so nice.
Right. I don't think they can do image stabilization without affecting image quality, because generally in a cinema camera you don't want the sensor to move, because that makes weird things happen with the lens flares. I would buy another one or two just to use as sort of a B-roll camera. We often shoot multiple cameras, so we shoot with the SME Pro and we shoot with this.
And the price point for this camera is also very, very affordable.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
about 5,000 to 6,000 and like, wow.
Right.
Why not, right?
This is a lot of camera for the
Yeah.
money. If you compare it with a cine camera and you're willing to spend the money, cinema camera money on this camera, imagine like you're buying a body and then you buy, say, matte boxes, batteries and accessories for it, and you rig it up. It makes a really good starter cine camera. Because the picture is good, the codecs are solid, and generally, you know, you have all the features that you care about in a cine camera.
So I guess that's all for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.
Right.
Bye!
Ciao.